Interflow, a student of True Love School. I'm presenting tonight as part of activities to mark International Day of the Girl Child. Let's take a look at the headlines. Attorney General Godfred Yeboah-Dame reveals his outfit will file 4 new witness statements in the ongoing trial of Chinese Galamsey Queen Aisha 1 and 4 others. Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry threatens to sue government over failure to pay its members arrears running into billions of cedis. Traders within the Kumasi Central Business District keep their shops closed as part of efforts to register their displeasure over cost of doing business. And in news from elsewhere, thousands marched in Pakistan's Swat Valley to protest growing insecurity following the killing of a local school bus driver. Is coming up in the next 1 hour. The Attorney General, Godfred Yeboah-Dame, is expected to file 4 new witness statements in the ongoing Aisha 1 case. Meanwhile, 3 other Chinese nationals standing trial with Aisha 1 for illegal mining have been remanded into the custody of the National Investigation Bureau pending the final determination of their case. There is more in this report filed by Metro News' court correspondent, Elvis Ando.
It was the case of the Attorney General Godfred Yeboah-Dame that the court granted him an extension to file some disclosures and an additional witnesses on the Aisha 1 case. His plea was granted by the court but with a limited time to ensure that all necessary documents to aid the case be made available for the defendant's lawyers. Before the Aisha 1 case was called, lawyer for the 4 accomplices involved in the alleged illegal activities, Ekeleba Blay, prayed for a bail application on the motion that her client, when granted the application, will not interfere with ongoing investigations by the prosecution, but her submission was sharply objected by the Attorney General Godfred Yeboah-Dame, who invited the court to dismiss the motion and be guided by Section 96 of the Criminal Act, which bids the court to consider the gravity of the offense before granting bail. He further argued the accomplices are foreign nationals who, on any other day, are a flight risk, hence the need to keep them in custody throughout the trial.
Do it on a case-by-day basis. The other matter has been adjourned to 1st November. I'm sure by that agenda date too, we'll be ready to proceed with the trial of that one as well. I made my submissions in court and I do not want to prejudice the minds of the public with these utterances. I think we should respect fairness.
Samuel Abu-Jinapo, on his part, expressed confidence in the Attorney General's resilience to fight the case to the latter.
When you have an Attorney General who is diligent and who is serious at prosecution and ensuring that all perpetrators are brought to book, I think that is a big boost, and I'm very thankful to him for the work he's doing. We will continue with our efforts on all fronts, on the law enforcement, the reforms, and as well as the prosecutorial path, which we are fully committed to. As you can tell, this Aisha 1 lady, the government of President Akufo-Addo is committed to bring her and other persons who are involved in illegal mining to face the full rigors of our laws in this country.
The case has been adjourned to October 24, 2022.
Public Relations Officer of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Joseph Paddy, has called on the government to act swiftly on the high cost of doing business in the country and the depreciating value of the cedi. According to him, if no solution is provided, all Ghanaian traders will be forced to join their counterparts in Kumasi to stage a massive demonstration.
Traders of the Edum Central Business Districts of Kumasi began mobilizing their members to protest what they say is economic hardship on Monday, October 11, 2022. According to the leadership of the Traders Union at Edum, the exchange rate of 11 Ghana cedis per dollar is making it difficult for them to stay in business. The traders, mainly importers, stressed that the rising cost of imports and exports has been a problem for them. The traders say their shops will remain closed until their grievances are addressed by government.
We are from Nkwanza. Upon arrival here, we realize all the shops have been locked with danger signs, and we do not understand.
It's through these little things we get to feed our children and pay their fees. So we are pleading for the shops to be open.
They stressed that they are going to get their traders across all markets in the region to embark on a massive demonstration to drum home their concerns. In an interview with the public relations officer of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, Joseph Paddy called on government to heed to their plea.
It's a difficult situation we find ourselves now, which we've complained to government, where the Council of State called us to intervene on behalf of government. But look, going forward, we still see the challenge pertains. So it's a condition that is not helping businesses. Businesses are really bleeding and collapsing.
He also warned of the association joining their counterparts in Kumasi to call for betterment of the economy.
And now our members' agitation has moved to anger. And then when anger sets in, the end result will not be too good for the country. So we are in support, we are in solidarity with them. Even as I'm talking to you now, I'm just coming out of the meeting. We are in a crunchy meeting with the executives are meeting Accra here, and we also come out with our release in the shortest possible time.
Meanwhile, the executive secretary of the Edum Central Business Owners, Charles Kusi Apia, has explained the stance of traders after meeting with stakeholders.
So DRA, they wanted to listen to us. We told them our side of the story. They wanted us to open our shops. We said we cannot open it under this condition until whatever we are seeking for, especially from the policymaker, is heard and addressed. Basically, we are having more support, more commitment from our members. We are assuring them that we will not disappoint them. We do what is right to save their businesses.
Senior high school students in the northern region are calling on government to supply them with food items. The students lament they are being served rice without meat or fish or Tom Brown with salt, a situation they describe as worrying.
Management of the various senior high schools have threatened to close down the schools due to the failure of government to supply them with food items and money for perishable goods. This was communicated by some regional secretaries of CHAS and headmasters of schools in the country. In the northern region, heads of all the schools visited by Metro News refused to comment. However, students who spoke to Metro News were not happy with the kind of meals being served. They have therefore called on government to intervene. At Ghana Senior High School in Tamale, students say they are served Tom Brown with salt for breakfast.
Now, the lunch is always the way of this and the supper is only Tuesday. That's what we have been eating now in the campus. And breakfast is only Tom Brown every day, day in, day out. The government must provide us more food because they are saying there's no food. That's why they have been doing this. But if the government provides food for us, it will help us.
The food is not enough. We are not, if we eat them, we are not satisfied. We are going to the dining hall. One large
breakfast is only Tom Brown, and then supper is only TZ, and then dry open. And there's a line we used to take only Gary and beans. So it will not help us. We are pleading with the government to provide us more food.
We have been joined in studio by the Deputy Spokesperson at the Ministry of Education, Yao Opoku Mensah, for a discussion on this worrying situation. We have seen videos and heard reports of SHS students being served food without meat or fish. Some have complained of shortage of food. Have you seen the videos?
Yeah, good evening to yourself and to our lovely viewers. Now, we've had various complaints from the media outlet, and our checks indicate, and as we send our team on the ground, taking reports from our school heads and our coordinators, both from Buffer Stock and Free SHS coordinators and regional directors, seems to paint a different picture as is being reported in the media. Yes, we do take cognizance of the fact that there was a disruption in the food supply chain that we're giving out to schools. But as we speak, for the past 3 months, we haven't heard of these food shortages. And it comes to us as a surprise what is being reported in the media. And in the morning, we were told that it was emanating from the Volta region. We did our checks, and that wasn't the case as is being reported. But as we do hear them, we take action and see what the actual facts are, and if the need be, and we get it as the fact may be, quickly items are sent to the various schools for them to have a conducive atmosphere for teaching and learning. So we do we are on the ground, and we are taking data and speaking as to how the situation is. But I can assure you and the general public that our food situation in our schools are stable. There are enough food in our schools to feed our students. And the system is to ensure that we do create a conducive atmosphere for teaching and learning. And that is the essence of quality education, so that we can have a better outcomes. So parents should be rest assured we're on the ground, and we are doing our best to ensure that our kids, our students, our wards are fed 3 times a day as expected.
Thank you, sir. The PTAs in some schools are trying to help by providing some food, but we are told the headmasters are rejecting them for fear of being victimized. Why are you gagging them?
Oh, that is not the case. For example, if God being so good to me, and I feel that I have to contribute my quota to my alma mater, nobody will stop you. But what the government or the policies seek to do is that we don't use the school platform as a means of collecting levies that are not approved by the system. So therefore, we don't want a situation whereby a student sits in class and the school comes to drive the student away as a result of the parent owing a PTA, of which you know definitely that the student isn't a member of the parent association. So therefore, if you have any collection to do, you do so with the parents. The parents must do it on their own. It's an association that is outside the management of the school, and therefore we don't see a private entity being part of the school system. So that is how it is. But you can make a donation. As you said, you can go into your school, any secondary school, and make a donation. People are building. For example, if you go to TMRs, individuals, those students and private individuals have been able to put up a school clinic for them, a construction of a girls' dormitory ongoing by a private individual. These are means of contributing your quota towards the development of our society. And we are not gagging against anybody who goes on that venture. What we do prevent schools from doing is to use the school platform as a means of collecting levies that goes to affect the smooth running of the school, where teaching and learning should be in progress. That we wouldn't entertain that. And students are not part of the association. If a parent owes, it is the association's duty to see how possible best they can map a strategy to get their monies for whatever venture they want to do. But you cannot use a school platform to do that.
When should the schools expect supplies or money to buy their perishable items?
Supply, as per the arrangement, 70% of whatever is fed in the school is supplied by buffer stock, and the 30% is the perishables that is added up. What we do is, now monies are released to schools within a quarter basis, and government knows as to the date that perishable items should be given out, and we are consistent with that, and it forms part of the whole component of the feeding system. So that is why we've never had any report from any school that in the morning students weren't fed breakfast, in the afternoon students weren't fed lunch, in the evening students weren't fed supper, or in the school day students who are entitled to one hot meal were not given that. We don't hear of those stories. It tells you government is up to date in terms of ensuring that we do have an impact that is per the management level, so that there wouldn't be any disruption in the academic calendar. So that has been what we're doing. And any item that should be given out to the schools should be given out to the heads for smooth administrative purposes. Government does that so that we can still, as I repeated, as I stated earlier, to have a conducive environment for teaching and learning.
Okay, so what do you think about the celebration of the International Day of the Girl Child?
It's a celebration that we all must embrace, not people within the education sector, but the entire society. The girl child remains the focus of government to ensure that we do have that parity between boys and girls in school. And I can report to you that Ghana is achieving that parity, where in 2017 from 0.92, currently we are doing 0.99. So it tells you that very soon parity between girls and boys in school will be a thing of the past, and we'll have a full, or even if the girls do not overtake the boys, we'll have an equal footing. And as you are aware, through numerous policies of government, i.e. the free SHS, etc., has doubled the intake of our ladies into these various senior high schools. And again, if you look at the 2021 WASI report, it will interest you to know that it was a girls' school that came top. From 1 to 5, you get at least 2 girls' schools in there. And government, again, is increasing the idea of ensuring that we do have you girls enrolling in science or STEM activities. And for the first of its kind has been established in Bosomchi. And I'm expecting that you will do enroll in these STEM schools too, so that we can have you as an engineer in future. Government is determined. We're expanding the scope in terms of ensuring that you girls do participate strongly in maths, science, engineering, and technology in our various schools. From the basic school to the SHS, we're expanding our facilities for girls. We've done that in the central region, Wesley girls. We've given them brand new 6 science labs. We'll be replicating same in Kumasi girls. And I think that should be a plus for government, and it tells how government is focused and the determination of government to ensure that we do have our females participating strongly in industry, in academia, and what have you. And it doesn't come as a surprise that we are at achieving that parity that we've been struggling all these while. It tells you that the determination of government, and we seek to roll out numerous policies so that it will ensure that we do place the girl child in a comfortable situation so that they can contribute to the success story of our transformation, to ensure that Ghana gets a firm footing when countries are called to compete. So basically, that is what we are doing. And in the near future, we will see the result. And we know that you girls will make us proud. That is what we are looking for, just as other countries have gotten to that limit.
So what do you think about me reading the news tonight?
Yeah, I was sitting and I was thinking, wow, so soon at your level. And I think you are giving us a competition that if the boys we do not take care, very soon will be you guys will cloud us out of the system. But I'm grateful for inviting me here, and I will say that the good Lord strengthen you for you to be able to achieve the set target that you've set for yourself. So I expect that you don't let this be the limit for you. I want to engage more so that we
Thank
can
you very
push
much for
on
your time,
with
sir.
that agenda.
Many girls are faced with the stark realities of life at an early stage. Some are maltreated, forced into early marriages, and sometimes raped. Akosia, not her real name though, tells her story of how she lacks concentration in class due to ill treatment from her guardian. She spoke to Zoe Anita Ote.
Not her real name is a final year student at St. Kizito RC Basic School, Although she is lively, she does not have many friends and is sometimes afraid to speak up in class. She says she suffers maltreatment from her home, and by the time she gets to school, she is exhausted and can barely concentrate.
For me, coming to school late, sometimes I come to school early. Sometimes I always wake up very early to do the house chores. Sometimes I can sleep around something like maybe 11 or 10, or maybe looking at Sunday, because we have to come to church, and after that I have to fetch water for her, everything. And it's a bed. Sometimes me getting time to learn, I end up sleeping whilst learning.
It's the 2022 International Day of the Girl Child. According to global community, girls and young women are the drivers of sustainable development and powerful agents of change. For these to happen, educating and supporting the girl child cannot be overemphasized. But Akosua fears the worst for her education if her current situation persists. Lydia Ochre-Boateng is the guidance and counseling coordinator at the St. Kizito RC Basic School.
Our girls go through a lot of problems because some of them are staying with people, some are also on their own, looking at the community in which we are. Some of them don't have anyone who is taking care of them. They are on their own. They come to school and go back home, go and feed themselves, come back. So they have a lot of problems that they are facing, especially when they are in their menstrual period. They don't have pad. Some don't even have anything, even underwear, right? They don't have. So we, the teachers, have to be helping them, giving them small support. And we are asking the parents, guardians, and then the government to put in an effort to help them.
Evidence from around the world confirms that investing in girls and young women creates multiple benefits, not only for individual women, but the family and communities. Campaign coordinator on End Child Marriage Now of World Vision Ghana, Barbara Amegavi, highlighted the most critical issues faced by girls today.
Challenges such as child marriage affecting girls, teenage pregnancy, where girls drop out to the advantage of boys and all. So even though a lot has been done, there's still a lot to be done. So investment in their rights remain limited. The various challenges that I mentioned, and then the protection of girls from violence still persists. And then especially girls with disabilities. So even those are disadvantaged, and then girls with disabilities are more disadvantaged. So there's still, for me, I still know that there's still a need to call for more awareness raising.
With this in mind, she's calling for more awareness creation to improve the potentials of young girls.
As we know, World Vision is embarking on a campaign in ending child marriage. One of the issues is child marriage and teenage pregnancy. Child marriage, teenage pregnancy, and issues with menstrual health management. So we have girls dropping out of school as a result of child marriage. And then when they get pregnant, released to child marriage, they are given out to coexist or given out to marry. They contribute a lot to the economy. If they are empowered, they will help in the development of the economy, in politics, in every aspect of our lives.
Every girl has potentials, and despite the harmful gender norms that influences the lives of these girls, girls are breaking barriers posed by stereotypes and exclusions. However, there is the need for us to invest in the health and education of girls by putting an end to child marriage and all forms of abuses that hold these girls back from reaching their potentials. Remember, girls are unstoppable. For Metro News, I am Zoe Anita Odey, Accra.
Head of Data Production of Ghana Statistical Service, Odei Jebi, says governments must shift to focus towards eliminating child marriage. This was after staggering statistics from the service shows that 80,000 girls in the country are out of school and married off. He was speaking on a recent data which shows that almost 80,000 girls in Ghana aged between 12 and 17 are already married or living with a man.
Today being a day for the girl child, statistical surveys is placed to be associated with the celebration. So that is the reason why we have put up a press release relating to key issues affecting the girl child. So we dwell on issues relating to marriage, economic activity, and then also about school attendance. So basically, the figure we posted that about 80,000 of the girl that is from 12 to 17 years are into some form of marriage. Yes, we got this information from the 2021 Population and Housing Census. And today being a key day for the girl, we decided to state the voice of the girl so that everybody will hear what they are saying. They are saying that about 80%, 80,000 of their colleagues are into some form of marriage or in union, that is been married or living with a man as if married, which I think it is very key for us to voice out so that the whole world will know what is going on in Ghana. And as I said, we got this information from the 2021 population.
There's heavy security presence at the University of Education, Winneba, following an earlier protest by students over challenges with their grading system. About 2 weeks ago, some of the students protested what they say was a deliberate attempt by school authorities not to release their results on the student portal. The Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, however, says officials will be deployed to the schools to audit the grading system at the institution. Meanwhile, academic activities on campus have been interrupted. Let's now speak with a man out there, Akwesi Ado. He's been at the University of Education. Akwesi, what's the latest on the issue at the University of Education? Hello, Akwesi. Please unmute your mic. Hello. Akwesi. Hello. We are sorry we've lost Akwesi. We'll get him back later. Need to make an urgent call, but realize you don't have credits, or your very important conversation was cut short because you ran out of airtime? Well, there is no need for all that stress because all you have to do on MTN is dial *506# and you get to borrow credits on MTN Extra Time. The best part is you can borrow or bundle data by dialing the same number *506# whenever you run out of data to continue browsing as always. Your conversations don't need to end. Borrow extra time now and enjoy the things you love on your favorite network, MTN.
Welcome back from the break. My name is Kekali Dake, a student of Easterport International School. We bring you the rest of the stories. Residents of Chalka Chimenya in the Ablekuma South constituency have joined the Operation Clean Your Frontage initiative to clear their communities of filth. The community members also called on government to help the silt and cover huge drainage. This forms part of government's move to make Accra the cleanest city in Africa.
Morning, every member of this community have been admonished to come out in their numbers and then clean their various frontages, as everyone has been made to understand that it is their unique responsibilities. Every household is responsible for the clearance of their various frontages and buffers. The people are actually calm. Everyone is coming out bit by bit to do their part. I mean, getting rid of filth in the various gutters, sweeping their various frontages. One worry has to do with the main Chimwena.
The Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry is threatening to sue government if monies owed to them are not paid. The CEO of the group, Cherry Emmanuel, says government owes them more than 10 billion Ghana cedis in arrears.
Contractors in Ghana have raised concerns about government's refusal to pay them after working for years. The Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry wants government to make a payment plan available to constituents, suppliers and the contractors for them to schedule project executions to reduce agitations and forestall negative perceptions on the principle of first come, first paid method adopted. The contractors say they are owed in excess of 10 billion Ghana cedis.
Approximately 10 billion Ghana cedis is in arrears today as we speak. Roads, that's road fund, Cocoa Board, consolidated fund, as well as get fund. We are even being charitable. If we should lock all together with the interest upon interest on delay payment, it will be more than that. Honestly speaking. So just imagine government owing contractors such debt portfolio. See what it can do for the economic fiber of the country. So the reasons why people are crying today that they don't have money or the system is hard or difficult is because contractors are not being paid. If one contractor receives payment today, you see the joy in the entire circulation.
The executive secretary of the Ghana Real Estate Developers, Sami Amegaibo, defended the decision of Ghanaian estate developers to price their properties in dollars. He said due to the constant depreciation of the local currency and the skyrocketing inflationary figures in the country, charging the cedi equivalent of their properties in dollars is the only way to avoid incurring losses.
We normally index our prices to the dollar, and it is for a good reason. I want to give you a typical example. How do you start a project in January and buy cement at 40 Ghana cedis a bag? April, you buy it at 60 Ghana cedis. And today, you are buying it about 70 or 74. Tell me how you want to price the house. Will you price your foundation different and price your main structure different and price your roof differently? No. So we do this because of the inflation rate. It's very bad. So we index it to the dollar so that we can stay afloat and sustain our businesses.
Cherry Emmanuel said they will not rule out the option to demonstrate and subsequently sue government in all available means to get government pay them fails.
Either to instruct all contractors to move out of sight to show good faith is also an option. To demonstrate and block roads and what have you is an option. We have so many options before us. Either contractors to go and lock down classroom blocks, administrative blocks, or the hospitals being built or constructed by contractors who have not been paid for, the roads which has been constructed which has not been taken care of, is an option. We have a lot of options before us. But before we get there, that's why we want to engage Ministry of Finance. Because there are other recommendations we have here. If they listen to us, it will help the government of the day realize its Agenda 111 as well as Year of Road in a better way.
The contractors are urging government to pass the new Ghana Building Regulations, which has been prepared by the Ministry of Works and Housing, into law to ensure standards are followed in the construction industry.
Ghana has over the years maintained healthy ties with France and other French-speaking countries in the sub-region. President Akufo-Addo says he looks forward to deepening the relations as he opened a refurbished embassy in Paris on Tuesday.
A day after receiving an honorary doctorate degree from Sorbonne University in Paris, President Akufo-Addo on Tuesday visited the refurbished Chancery building of Ghana's embassy in Paris, where he embarked on a brief tour of the facility before formally opening it.
Mr. President, you are right that the Paris mission is significant and touches all aspects of diplomacy, bilateral, multilateral, and economic diplomacy in all its forms and expressions in the prosecution of our foreign policy agenda. France is one of the first countries with which Ghana established diplomatic relations immediately following our independence in 1957. Our long-standing relations with France have grown since and blossomed into fruitful and mutually beneficial cooperation in many aspects of our national development to the mutual benefit of our peoples.
President Akufo-Addo said the move signals Ghana's commitment to deepening ties with France.
Thank you very much for all your help and contribution, as is also the contribution of all those who have helped the ambassador bring about this minor miracle that is the newly constructed embassy of Ghana in France. The important thing is that we continue our mission here of continue to establish better and better relations with the host country, with all those who are affected by it, with the Francophone world. I'm hoping that this year we'll become a full member of the Francophonie so that we tighten the relationship between us and the Francophone world.
As part of the visit, the president will in the coming days address the Asia Society Forum on the theme "To Act in Troubled Times, New Perspectives from France, Asia, Africa and the World."
Breast Cancer Awareness Month is proudly brought to you by Reflux Sanitary Pad and Baby Pull-Up Diaper and Give Us Floor and WC Cleaners.
The Federation of Herbal and Traditional Medicine Practitioners in Ghana are advocating for more research into herb-based medications in order for them to get certification for their drugs. In a Metro TV expose on the treatment of breast cancer using herbal medicine, practitioners lamented their neglect despite the survival rates of patients who opt for herbal treatments. There is more in this report filed by Sandra Ofosu-Dewarnu.
Treatment of cancers, including breast cancer, is usually long and painful, requiring several months of strict adherence to medical guidelines directed by medical professionals.
We are well aware that there is the orthodox way of treating breast cancer, and there are other forms of treating breast cancer, including the use of herbal or traditional medicines. In Ghana, the 1992 Constitution stipulates Act 2000 number 575 to guide traditional and herbal medicine practice.
Usually, the trust people have in herbal-based medicines is shrouded in myths and disbelief of their potency. In the era of breast cancer awareness, the Ghana Federation of Herbal and Traditional Practitioners Association are touting the difficulties facing their practice. General Secretary of the association, Nana Obri, however, confirms the efficacy of herbal drugs.
We have instances where our products has been collected for all this research, and at the end of it, it doesn't come back. So the word I can use is, I don't think they have the full capacity to do that. And nobody should blame the practitioners, because we are ready, we can do everything. From where I sit as the General Secretary, I have evidence of my members who have treated a lot of cancer patients with all the cancers.
We are here in Ada. We are at Vedo Herbal Center. This facility is known for the treatment of breast cancer. We are here to see for ourselves how the treatment has gone on for women over the past years, and also listen to some success stories to demystify whatever people have about the use of herbal medicines in the treatment of breast cancer. Can you roughly give us an idea how many women in a year come here?
Oh, a year like this, about say 15 to 20 women came.
come here. Yeah, they come.
And what is the success rate? Once they come here, do they all get healed?
Here, if you come, thank God that God will touch you, because I have so many helps that to cure those things.
Elizabeth Ametefe is a breast cancer survivor who got her healing from this center.
That time I had 15 years in me.
It's been 15 years now since I got healed from breast cancer. My treatment lasted 7 months.
7 months.
She narrates her journey to survival.
I say, in that, and yes, in that tension, a kami. Muse, my hand, a kikami. And to me, sure, now I say the entire car and the panet, nice. And a musu kami. Mumane mukami. I didn't I am.
It felt itchy as if an ant had bitten my breast. I felt pain inside my breast too. I didn't take it to the hospital and came straight to the herbal doctor. The cancer manifested once he applied the herbal treatment. There were large lumps in my breast. With time, the lump vanished. I had a child before the cancer. After my healing, I've had 3 more children.
Let's now bring you our 3 facts of the FIFA World Cup. 1. Only 2 teams have ever won consecutive World Cups, that is Brazil and Italy. Brazil has the distinction of being the only country to play in every World Cup tournament since the competition's inception. To date, only 8 countries have ever won the World Cup, though there have been 20 tournaments. We are going for a short commercial break. After this, we'll have Michaela Esuman with the business news.
Welcome from the break. Good evening, good people of Ghana. My name is Michaela Esuman from True Love School. I'll be presenting the business news for today. The first story. The Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SSNIT, has rolled out an electronic payment system for contributors. Director General of SSNIT, Dr. John Ofori Tenkrine, says this will give the room for informal sector to contribute to the scheme.
The SSNIT pension scheme has an active membership of over 1.8 million. In September 2022, the trust paid a total of 281.07 million to some 230,831 pensioners. The trust recognizes that the self-employed and workers in the informal sector form the majority of 8 million workers in Ghana. In the coming days, workers can pay their contribution via a mobile money payment system. According to the Director General of SSNIT, Dr. John Ofori Tenkrine, this app do not attract e-levy charges.
The mobile money platform that we've introduced, and as long in a conjunction with even the direct debit bank transfers, all of them have going through a channel that the government has set up, which is Ghana.gov digital channel, and all those payments coming to SSNIT will be e-levy exempt. So that is the arrangement that we've put together with government.
He has assured contributors his outfit is working to ensure they engage in profitable investment, which will not lead to a negative return.
We are very much engaged in managing our investment portfolio. Investments go in cycles. When you have a portfolio, some do well and some don't do well.
The International Monetary Fund predicts global growth will slow to 2.7% next year, 0.2 percentage points lower than its July forecast, and anticipates 2023 will feel like a recession for millions around the world.
from the global financial crisis and the peak of the 19 pandemic, this is the weakest growth profile since 2001, the IMF said in its World Economic Outlook. Its GDP estimate for this year remains steady at 3.2%, which was down from the 6% seen in 2021. More than a third of the global economy will see 2 consecutive quarters of negative growth, while the 3 largest economies, the United States, the European Union, and China, will continue to slow. In its report, the IMF laid out 3 major events currently hindering growth, which are Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the cost of living crisis, and China's economic slowdown. Together, they create a volatile period economically, geopolitically, and ecologically. The price of natural gas has more than quadrupled since 2021, as Russia now delivers less than 20% of 2021 levels. Food prices have also been pushed up as a result of the conflict. The IMF anticipates global inflation will peak in late 2022, increasing from 4.7% in 2020.
That's all for business news. The next is sports with Renita. Thank you for watching.
Hi everyone, my name is Renita Alabi from East Airport International School, and I'm here to present the sports news. In our first story, the regional version of the Kids HD Plus Arms Wrestling Championship has ended in the Ashanti regional capital, Kumasi. Let's get the details of the story.
HD Plus Kids Arm Wrestling Championship regional qualifiers ends with a mammoth crowd in Kumasi. A fully packed Archbishop Akwesi Sapon Hall at the St. Louis Senior High School gave arm wrestling enthusiasts a good and quality time at the last regional qualifier for the HD Plus Kids Arm Wrestling Championship in Kumasi. A crowd of over 1,000 patrons from neighboring schools and the community filled the venue to catch a glimpse of what organizers describe as the beginning of the youth development program for the Ghana Arm Wrestling Federation. About 120 kids between the ages of 12 and 16 signed up for the challenge to battle for one of the 15 available slots in Ashanti region to represent the region at the national championships. Amidst performances from students and the HD celebrity kids, patrons on the day had an unforgettable experience and excitement that got the Chief Executive Officer of SES HD Plus Ghana, Theodora Asampon, and the top guests glued to their seats till the last battle. In the men's heavyweight division, all 3 winners from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology Senior High School, Adams Atidana Oliver, won gold, while Euphoria Apia Joel and Samuel Owusu winning silver and bronze respectively. The men middleweight category saw Tebri Maswo from Kumasi Academy winning gold, while Sani Abubakar from Asago Junior High School winning silver and bronze, with Bernard Nyakon from Asem GHS grabbing the light.
In the second story, with 40 days to the start of the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, English football legend David Beckham has indicated that the global fiesta will always unite people across the world. That is all for sports news, and I will now hand over to my colleague Aisha for entertainment news.
Good evening, Ghana. My name is Aisha Akosia Dogbefu from East Airport International School, and I'm bringing you the latest in showbiz. Ghanaian actor Ajete Anan has paid glowing tribute to late actor Eko Blankson, who passed away a week ago. Pusha said Eko Blankson most often encouraged young actors to become better.
Well, I woke up to the news. You know, I saw a poster on my group page that I'm on, and of course, you know, you think that even the poster didn't give a lot away, but normally when that happens, you believe that something has happened. But I still was in denial, even when messages came in and from sources that were credible. I still didn't think that he had left, because we're on set not too long ago, you know, a week ago, and all of a sudden he's gone, and there was no indication of him being unwell or ill, as we would have most of the time, and so it was really, really sudden, and therefore the shock and heartbreak. I'm still in denial, even though I've made a post out there, but it's just unbelievable, and we're all saddened, deeply, deeply saddened for losing such a person. And somebody was saying that we're losing all the good people. Why? It's just unfortunate. But for me, the greater part is that all his encouragement, his words,